love to do me, JJ. See how she love me, JJ. You love to do me, JJ. I can't explain this love and can't explain this feeling.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm here today to talk about real estate, luxury travel, and lifestyle. So whether you're here to get tips on buying or selling your luxury home, whether you are looking for your next travel destination, or just looking to fulfill your luxury lifestyle, you're in the right place. Hi, my name is Tanisha. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a luxury real estate agent with Nest Seekers International, located in Beverly Hills. I'm bringing the perfect blend of business, beauty, and unforgettable travel experience. If you are ready to elevate your life, hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to go through a list of things that I wish I had understood better as a new real estate agent. I've been an agent for about 3 years now, and it has been a roller coaster ride. I came in off the tail of COVID, so things were simmering down. The interest rates were starting to go up, and everybody was talking about all this greatness and success they had. And I walked in, and the market was shifting. So I had to get in and learn, which wasn't a bad thing because the market was shifting, but that was all I knew as an agent. I had seen the market, in different phases and stages in the past, but I wasn't a real estate agent. So coming in, I had to learn and pick up where I was and learn all of these things. So they were new to me. So I decided to make a list and go over them because I hear so many new agents struggling, and we all seem to struggle with the same thing. So I figured, why not make a list and let's talk about it? It'll help someone. If it doesn't help you, cool, pass the information on. But I hope this information that I provide for you today can give you some can resonate a little bit with you. And if you have other questions, feel free to comment down below, and I'm more than happy to help you. I won't hold you guys up. We're going to jump right into this list and go through all the points I have. One of the things, the biggest thing, is you need to develop your communication skills. You need to understand how to communicate effectively to your clients. You're dealing with people who are have their life savings, and they're bringing their life savings to you, to this deal, and this is all they have saved for. So you want to make sure that they understand the process, and they're of course going to have questions going through. No matter how much you explain, sometimes to a first-time home buyer, they're still going to have lots of questions because it's new. So even if it's a seasoned homeowner, things are going to go on in the transaction that are going to be different, and they're going to look to you as the expert for answers, and you need to be able to convey that information in a way that's effective and a way that they can understand. You want to practice active listening to ensure that you understand your client's needs. And by that, I mean you cannot have a conversation with your client and be prepared to jump in. You have to really listen to your client and sometimes listen to what they're not saying. Sometimes their body language is going to tell you something different. Sometimes they're going to tell you one thing and end up doing something totally different. And a lot of times that's because either they didn't communicate effectively, or you weren't actively listening to what they were saying. Also, you're going to make sure that you clarify with them exactly what they're trying to express and communicate to you. The other thing you want to do is tailor your communication style to your client. So I am from New York. I am a get to the point. I don't want a long detailed story. Don't tell me, this long drawn out thing before you get to the point. Just tell me what it is, and let's move on from there. Some people like the backstory. And, if they like the backstory, you have to learn how to tailor all of your communication with the client. Everyone's going to be different. So you want to make sure that you are speaking their language in essence. Additionally, you want to stay professional but approachable with all communication, whether it's face-to-face, email, over the phone. You want to make sure that you are constantly remaining professional when you're in these transactions, because people remember you, and real estate is a small community. Even though there's a ton of agents out there, people will remember your unprofessionalism. So you want to make sure that you remain professional at all times. Be clear and concise when explaining complex processes to your clients. That's going to be a lot of jargon in these contracts. There's going to be a lot of things, I'm in a transaction right now and my client was struggling with understanding the request for repairs. She didn't understand why we couldn't just do XYZ and do it this way. And you have to be able to explain to them, this is why, not this is the rule, this is just how we do it, but that we are doing this because, and this is the outcome that we are looking for, or we're hoping to get. Make sure that they really understand that, because there's a lot of money on the line. No matter how low the price of the house is, no matter how high the price is, this is a lot of money that you're dealing with. And you're also dealing with people and their emotions. People are going through things. So you want to make sure that you are always clear and concise. Okay, so the next one is match your client's tone. If your client comes in and your client's like, yeah, I want to go see this property today. I'm so excited. I've got my family with me. My dad's here. We're going to go see this property. I feel like I'm going to put an offer. This is a good one. You want to come in and match that energy. Oh, absolutely, Susan. I'm so happy that you're happy. Let's go see this property. It's in Malibu, beautiful 4-bedroom, 4-bath, and keep that same energy. You don't want to come in and say, yeah, we'll go see this property in Malibu today. It sounds outstanding. I think it's great that your parents and your family are with you. The tone is off. So they're excited and you're kind of humdrum, melancholy, just kind of laid back. So you want to kind of match that energy there so that you can keep that going. And the same goes with if your client comes in, they're a little bit more like, hey, yeah, well, yeah, I'm super excited today to go see this property. I really want to go. My family's with us. Let's go today and see this. Can we see other properties too? Then you want to come in. Absolutely. I'm more than happy to show you this property. We'll go out here, bring your family. We'll go see it all together. Match that energy. You want to keep it going. You want the client to be comfortable. You're not being fake. You're not being phony. You're just, think about it. When you're with your friends, if you guys are talking, you kind of read the room. So if your friends are super hype and super amped up, you're probably going to be that way as well. If you are talking to your friends and you guys are just having a low key night, you're going to be on a low key. So same thing, same exact situation, except you're dealing with your client. Okay, the next two kind of go hand in hand. They're a little bit longer, so I'm going to be looking a lot more at my screen. Lead generation. A lot of agents come into the business and they think, oh my gosh, I see this big time agent online or on YouTube or on these TV shows, and they're selling $15 million properties. You can sell a $15 million property too, but it's going to take time and it's going to take work. You're going to have to really put the work in. You're not going to just wake up in real estate and be able to sell a property. Now, I got my first listing a month in, but I didn't just get it like here. I had to really work. I have 2 listings right now, and I had to work to get those. So you have to put the work in. This is not Selling Sunset or Selling the OC. I love those shows, by the way, but it's not, you're seeing snippets of what's going on, and it's reality TV. So all of the things that you see aren't necessarily what you're going to be doing. And I say that because I have a lot of agents that come in that are just like, yeah, I was watching this TV show and I think it would be so cool. It is cool to be a real estate agent. I really love it, especially here in LA. But it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. I'm in escrow right now and it's a lot of work. That's all I'm going to say. So with that being said, with real estate, and lead generation, you have to build you have to make sure that your pipeline is full. And in order to make sure your pipeline is full, you have to communicate with the people that are in your pipeline. Your pipeline are your leads. These are people that are looking to buy or sell their home. And the hard part about that is, how do I find these people? You're going to find them by networking. You can cold call. You can door knock. You can, when you go out to places, let everybody know you're a real estate agent, pass your card out, go to networking events. There's so many different ways that you can generate business. I'm a nurse practitioner, but I was working as a registered nurse on a travel assignment, and I was giving everybody my business card. I made flyers, I passed it out throughout the whole hospital. Actually got 3 clients that way. And while I was at the hospital for almost a year, to me, getting 3 clients, that's a big deal, because you're not going to, everybody's not going to want to work with you. Everybody's not going to bite. So having 3 clients out of that year that actually said, hey, you really are pushing this, and we like working with you as a nurse, so let's see how that works out for you as an agent, being our agent. So lead generation is huge, so it's crucial. Two of the things I like doing is cold calling. And the 2 things are cold calling for sale by owners, which we call FSBOs, and also I like calling expired listings. So, or for sale by owners, someone that's selling their house on their own without an agent. I like calling for sale by owners because you can actually offer them some sort of help, even if they don't take you up on it. So for instance, I'll give you an example. I had a guy that was selling a house around the corner from me. He didn't want anything to do with an agent. He said, every agent I get never helps me. So never does anything. They never get my house sold. Okay, fine. So what I did was I asked him, was he having an open house? And he said, no. I said, well, how do you expect people to see the house? Like, how do people, do they just see the pictures? He had taken pictures on his cell phone. So as you can see over here, I have my camera. I take professional photos. So I went and took pictures of his house for him. And I said, hey, I'll take your pictures. You can post them. I don't want anything from you. Let's just get your house sold. Easy peasy. So I said, also, let's have an open house. I will help you host your open house if you want to have an open house. For me, that's huge, because even if he doesn't let me sell his house and just lets me do the open house, I can get leads from that open house. I can bring him a buyer, or I can find buyers that want to buy elsewhere, or people that might want to sell their house. So that was an easy thing to do. And I did get some clients from that to put in my pipeline. So that was fantastic. He ended up keeping it on the market. He did end up listing it with someone else. And we had a conversation about the price, and he ended up getting less for the house than what he wanted because they overpriced the house. But he got it sold nonetheless. He got what he wanted. I was able to help, and he actually did reach out to me afterward and said, thank you. I should have listened about the price, but that was neither here nor there. He got the house sold like he wanted. The next group of people that I like to call are expired listings. So expired listings are listings that were once on the market with another agent, and they just didn't sell for whatever reason that was. And you can do this a few different ways. You can try to call the agent and say, hey, what happened with the listing? It's beautiful, blah, blah. See if they'll tell you anything. But what I like to do is I like to reach out to the seller. Once I get in contact with the seller, I like to ask them, what do they think could have been done better with their listing? And once they tell you, a lot of times they will tell you, they'll be frustrated with the agent, or they'll be frustrated with whatever went wrong. And then you can highlight that to them and say, hey, well, what if I came in and did XYZ and did the opposite of what happened, essentially. And this is just me just like throwing out suggestions. This is not how I would have a real listing presentation or a real conversation, but what would you do if I did XYZ and I was able to get your house back on the market and get it sold? You're going to get a lot of no's. You just have to have tough skin, and that'll come with time, but you're going to get a lot of no's. So just be prepared for that, but don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call people. The other thing besides cold calling, FSBOs and expireds, the other thing that you can do is you can go networking. I love to network. I love to go talk to people, whether it be other agents. It is value in talking to other agents and get to know other agents, learning about their listings. You can learn so much from other agents. just from having conversations. And a lot of agents are really open and very kind and will help you. The other side of that is you can network and go to places where, maybe you're going to an investor group, or maybe you're going to a group of, engineers, or just to a coffee hour somewhere, and you just meet people and exchange information. You never know who that person could be. They might not even want to buy a house from you, or they might not even want to sell their house with you, but they might be able to add value to your life. You never know, or you can add value to theirs. So the next thing is, don't be afraid to work. Real estate is hard work. So no matter which way you choose to prospect, you want to make sure that it's something that you want to do. You can go door knocking. You're going to go door to door. You're going to have a flyer or some sort of valuable information to give to the homeowners, whether it's a market report. Some people give seeds out, like plant flowers and things like that. You can do a ton of different things, and I'll cover those in subsequent videos individually, and you'll see me go out door knocking. I can even set up and have you guys watch me do some cold calls. It's really interesting to actually get to talk to people, especially when you're in that space and you're not gunning to get the business. You're just introducing yourself and showing them what you have to offer and how you can be of service. The other things, tell everyone that you're an agent. Everybody, I don't care who it is, everybody. Don't be annoying with it, but tell everybody you're an agent. Always have your business cards on you, whether it be a digital business card or actual physical business card. Make sure you're passing them out, letting people know, highlight it on your social media. Make sure you let people know. The biggest thing, this is the biggest. You want to make sure that your follow-up is thorough. My follow-up game is tight. I am following up with you. If you give me your information, I'm going to follow up with you. I'm going to make sure if I know your birthday, I'm going to happy birthday. I'm going to send something, whether it's an email or a text. I'm going to follow up until you die or I die. One of us is going to be out the game when I stop following up with you. That's the only way it's going to happen, because when you follow up with people, you stay top of mind, and there's a way to do that, and we'll talk about that at another time, but you really need to make sure that you're following up with them, because people will remember you. I literally have a client from 2 years ago who fell off. I've been texting him, calling him, sending him emails, and I do it now because it was so long, like maybe once a month, maybe once every couple months, but I do follow up with him. And he literally 2 weeks ago sent me a message and said, "Hey, Tanisha, I see I got your message the other day. I saw an email you sent me and XYZ, and I think we're ready to go look for houses. The market looks like it's changing." 2 years ago, I have been following up with this man. You have got to follow up. Your follow-up game has got to be strong. If your follow-up game is not strong, somebody's going to swoop right in and their follow-up game is going to be better, and you're going to be left in the dust. So it's all about relationships. Real estate is 100% about relationships, whether it's relationships with your clients, relationships with other agents. Just, you have to really hone in on that. So you want to make sure you're following up, you're keeping in touch, and I will cover all of these things individually because it's just so much information and I don't want to overwhelm anyone. The biggest takeaway I want you to take from all of this, besides follow-up, because follow-up is a must, is when it comes to cold calling, door knocking, or any of the other prospecting, whether it's mailers, anything like that, you just want to pick the thing that resonates most with you. Because if you don't like the door knock and it's a drag, then you know what? You're going to probably suck at it. I am in the mindset of door knocking, cold calling. And mailers. I don't mind any of them, even though I would rather not door knock on people's houses and go door to door, but I do it anyway because I get a response. So I do it. If that's what it takes, that's what we're doing. So just keep in mind, do something that you really love. If you really enjoy being a real estate agent, you'll find your way. Find a good mentor, find someone that's willing to teach you and has the time to teach you. Sometimes People get mad at agents because they feel like, oh, well, they're on top of the world and they're not teaching me, they're not showing me things. Well, sometimes they just don't have time. It is really difficult when you're in the middle of a real estate transaction to try to show somebody how to do all of these different things because everything moves so fast sometimes. And sometimes people just aren't teachers. So don't be upset, don't be frustrated. Just know that there are people out there that really do want to teach and really do want to help you grow. But also at the end of the day, you have to remember this is your business. So you can look on YouTube, there's books, there's tons of different things. I will put out more information. If you guys have anything that you want specifically to hear me go over, I'm more than happy to do that. Comment down below. But remember, like and subscribe so you can get notifications. I am your real estate bestie. I am here to give you all things luxury real estate. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm so happy that you guys took the time with me. If you like what you saw, again, subscribe and comment down below. Until next time.
See how she love me, JJ. Your love they do me, JJ. See how she love me, JJ. Your love they do me, JJ. I can't explain this love and can't explain this feeling. Your love is so amazing, love that drives me crazy. Chukwa mamo, okwa give me remi for mamo. Chukwa mamo, anytime I call you, they answer me. So I they prostrate too. If not be you, I put on frustrate too. See my life as I did jubilate too. If not be you, I put on frustrate too. I can't explain this feeling. I can't explain this kind of love. Your love is so amazing. If not be you, there's no one else. I can't explain this feeling. I can't explain this kind of love. I've got my